Beating the Odds with Sweaty Palms. 8 Mile 2002. B-Rab here has got, sweaty palms, mom spaghetti, all that on a sweater. He's got his last shot here to be a superstar rapper. On 8 Mile, he beats the odds because, coming from a trailer park, to be a rapper, it is his forte, but it's not the way of the world, so to speak, how you would, view a rapper at that time. So Mr. B-Rab here, Mr. Eminem, comes into his own movie, The 8 Mile, and he raps his way to a championship, beating the odds, beating all competitors, smashing them. He does it with sweaty palms. Rounders, 1998, Mike here. Matt Damon plays a super poker star. He's got super unique talent for doing it. He sits down with Teddy KGB, John Malkovich, awesome memorable parts here for both of them, and movie as well. Sweaty palms as I watch this, and so does Mike and everyone else playing the poker game. Ed Norton makes an appearance, a worm. He is a worm. You got Sweaty Palms playing with him, and also against Teddy KGB. Mike loses the first time, comes back a second time, beating the odds of the game of poker and Teddy KGB himself. And so beating the odds with Sweaty Palms is all about rounders. Rudy, 1993. Sean Astin. This is the first time I really, besides the Goonies, saw Sean Astin in the main role. And this movie, kind of leading up to it, doesn't really have that much adrenaline pumping moments, except for the end. I get sweaty palms just like you do with Rudy when he's running around the football field like a chicken with his head cut off, not knowing where to go or the plays, least expected to come into the game here, but beating the odds because he's short in stature, really small compared to the other football players, your average football player, of course. But he does some damage in the end here. He gets a tackle, what have you. But beating the odds, like I said, stacked against him to get into this game. He finally gets in there, and he's got sweaty palms. Hacksaw Ridge, 2016. Lieutenant Dawson here, what have you, Private Dawson, won't kill. He won't pick up a gun at that. So it's not even that he won't kill. He won't even pick up a gun to shoot one to try to attempt to kill. Sweaty palms as you're watching this movie, and as you follow Mr. Dawson and his teammates, his Marine mates, his Army mates here have a problem with him not pulling the gun or pulling the trigger to protect them, but he protects them in another way medically. So he beats the odds when everybody's against him to get into the war and fight. They're really pushing for him not to. You see how hard they go in Hacksaw Ridge. You have sweaty palms watching it, and so does Mr. Garfield, Mr. Dawson, as he runs this battlefield with no weapon. Over the top, 1987, Sylvester Stallone can be sweaty palms. You gotta have sweaty palms. Everyone in this movie has sweaty palms doing this, watching this movie. Over the top, arm wrestling movie, greatest one ever that you're ever gonna see. Underrated sports film, of course, of all time. Thanks to the Real Brand Viewer, he thinks that. And you got sweaty palms while watching it, and it's beating the odds. Hawks here, he beats the odds. He becomes a father to his son at that, and he also beats the odds in the arm wrestling championship and wins. Beats Bull Hurley, this massive beast of a man. So beating the odds with sweaty palms, this movie takes the cake. Beating the odds with Sweaty Palms.